Mr. Saravanan, presumably all the
Yes.
regional parties that have objected to this are raising. What are you also throwing up some kind of a fear mongering that if there's one nation, one poll, what will happen to all the state parties, because the cycle will have to now be coordinated with national elections? What's your fear?
Yeah. See, Rajdeep, this one nation, one election is a fantasy of the BJP and the RSS. They've always batted for a homogenized India. You put it very succinctly that we are a subcontinent in its truest sense. We have different cultures, different geographical areas. We can never be fitted into this concept of oneness. And this one nation, one election will only lead to one party, many donations.
No, why? No, 1 minute, 1 minute. Tell me, why will one nation, one election lead to one party?
No, that's what. See, who is supporting it? The BJP. Mr. Praveen Chakravarti was very, very clear. See, if you look at the election commission, is not even able to conduct the whole elections in one phase. They want 1 month to conduct the election across just the Lok Sabha elections. Is it possible? Is it physically possible for the election commission to have elections for the entire country along with the states? That is not possible. And if you look at the cost, you are talking about the cost. I'm saying whatever be the cost, that be the cost for democracy. What is wrong with our vibrant democracy? The argument is, oh no, we are losing out on the election.
No, ma'am, you will not intervene, ma'am.
Because of the governance. Give us the hard data. How is governance? We are not going to take the words of the BJP. Just because BJP goes to the town tom-tomming that we are losing on governance because of elections. What is the proof?
Okay.
And just the last point. The thing is this. See, the state parties, the BJP is afraid of the state parties. It is afraid of our pluralistic nature. It does not want to fight elections at different levels.
You made the point. You made your point. Sarvananji, you made your point
yes,
strongly.
Sanjay just a moment.
Sanjay Hegde, is there a legal argument against it? Constitutionally, it will require an amendment, presumably. But presumably, if the BJP gets 350 seats, they could go ahead with it. Will it require 2/3 of all state assemblies also backing any amendment?
Well, it would depend on the nature of the amendments that they propose. Some of the amendments would require the backing of the states. But my basic point is, as far as this one nation, one election is concerned, it ultimately will lead to two brands dominating. You will either have X or you will have Y. And right now, if you want to see how just two brands dominating, then please look at one nation, one electoral bond. Just see how the corporates have voted. You will have the same kind of thing, that it will only be two parties which will have money. There will not be representation for the local brands, as it were, for each region. And when regions feel deprived, when regions feel that Delhi does not listen, that Delhi is too far away, then you are more likely to have vociferous tendencies. There was a time when Tamil Nadu thought that Delhi was not listening to it on the language issue, way back in the 60s. And it was only after the Chinese invasion that the DMK then said that we are one with this country.
So you're saying that the regional local brands will feel that they are overwhelmed by the national brands, and that could be dangerous. It could lead away to what you call vociferous tendencies. But Praveen Chakravarti, a lot of this, the government argues, is fear mongering. We've got the United States of America, large country, which has a schedule. I know it's a presidential form of government, yes, but even their senates and their governor elections follow a cycle. Is it not possible to create a system maybe where specific elections in states are held in some kind of a cycle? May not be one nation, one poll necessarily, but you could do it in some kind of a cyclical manner to ensure there's no uncertainty. And if a government is being voted out, you will have to ensure some government is voted in, like the German model is what others suggest.
No, see, I think the first and foremost, we have to ask the question, are we ready to accept that we are one nation, many states, many political parties? Are we ready to accept that? If you're ready to accept that, then all of this is a non-starter. That is the fundamental difference between us and every other democracy that we've talked about, except perhaps Germany, which has a few more parties. But no country has so many political parties. So I am actually, even though I belong to a national party, I think this is completely detrimental to a regional party. That's the first question. The second question is really this whole thing about model code of conduct and governance disruption. I asked a simple question. What is the problem in governing an state like a Karnataka or a Tamil Nadu when there's an election going on in Bengal or Bihar? There is no problem as things stand today. What the system we have is what has allowed regional parties to come up, to proliferate, and actually this is what makes us a truly diverse and vibrant democracy. Why are we force-fitting a system into this?
Okay,
and that's the fundamental question we have to answer.
Okay, just as a little bit of a humorist, on a note of humor, I'm just seeing on the flash petrol prices, diesel prices cut by ₹2. Guess why? Elections are coming. And people like me who are trackers of elections, what would happen to elections on my plate if you only had it once in 5 years? I'm very happy to travel across the country every few months. But a final word from you, Sanju Verma. Look, all of this needs a wider debate. The BJP needs to recognize that the wider debate. Are you wanting to just push it through, ram it through? Let's assume you get 300 plus seats again. Will you just ram it through or listen to people and listen to voices from different parts of the country, especially the south, where Mr. Saravanan comes from?
You know, Rajdeep, let me be very clear. This whole bogey about BJP ramming policies through and not taking on board, a consensual view, I think that is a whole lot of balderdash. I mean, you and me know, Rajdeep, that,
Man, you did it with farm laws. You did it with farm laws. Your track record is what worries me.
Why do you eat into my time, Rajdeep? Rajdeep, can you please for a change be nice to the BJP and not eat into my time? Thank you.
Go ahead. You have a minute now.
Okay. राजदीप जी को प्रॉब्लम है जब एलपीजी का प्राइस ऊपर जाता है, जब एलपीजी का प्राइस सिलेंडर का पिछले हफ्ते 100 रुपए घटाया था, तब राजदीप जी ने कहा ये तो मोदी सरकार चुनाव के लिए कर रही है। अभी पेट्रोल डीजल के दाम कम कर दिए, तब भी राजदीप जी कह रहे हैं कि ये तो चुनाव के लिए किया। राजदीप जी कभी तो खुश रहा कीजिए। Don't be a perennial pessimist. Come on, Rajdeep, you can do better than that.
I'm a
but
realist.
I will just end by saying one thing. I will end by saying one thing.
One language here.
Please bear with me. I'm coming to that. I don't need you to tell me Rajdeep is the anchor.
No, Saravanan, just a minute. Yes, go ahead.
Rajdeep, thank you. Rajdeep, I never speak without data because I believe data trounces false rhetoric, which is what most of the panelists have been doing. What was the cost of the general election in 1950-51? It was 11 crores. This is the data which is there in the, Election Commission archives. That cost from 11 crores in 2014, when Narendra Modi had not yet come to power, cost kya tha? EC website कहती है, the cost was 3,871 crores, vis-a-vis 11 crores in 1951 odd. तो मुझे बताइए, what was the percentage hike in the cost of holding a general election? 35,000%. And how much was the 2019 election का cost? ये भी वेबसाइट पर है. It was 6,400 crore, which means मोदी के आने के बाद between 2014 and 2019 holding a general election का cost बढ़ा by 65%, जबकि successively under various Congress dispensations the cost rose by abnormally high 35,000%. तो यहाँ बैठकर ज्ञान मत दो भाई साहब.